Namaste and good evening. Welcome to Parent Station Thursday for Toys. And I know what you are waiting for today, as I had already announced on our page about the beautiful blocks. Yes, build the bridge with bricks and blocks, bricks and blocks, bricks and blocks. Build the bridge with bricks and blocks, my dear children. And won't you believe this is not only for children, this is for adults. And to make us understand more about this bricks and blocks, I have Mrunal, an expert talk for the day. Hi, Mrunal.
Hello, Hiran. How are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely fine, and I'm so excited about today's show because this is all about bricks and toys, and I'm so happy. In fact, I think I'm jumping with joy more than my son, my 10-year-old. So we have our Mrunal Shah, who is the founder of Sunday Bricks, and he has 12 plus years of experience in the language translation industry. And currently, he is the founder at Sunday Bricks, as I mentioned. He's a certified six bricks trainer, and I'm going to ask you more about it, Nuna, a program that is supported by Lego Foundation. He's currently studying play therapy so he can promote Lego therapy for special children. He has also built and installed India's largest strawberry. You believe they are 4 feet tall and made of approximate 5,000 blocks in 2021 Feb. A reviewer at Junior FLL 2019 and 20. He's invited to attend Lego Ideas conference in 2019 at Denmark. He's also completed Bricks for Autism, a basic facilitator course, and he has initiated the first online parent child community that's called Lego Lovers in India. Oh, wow, what a fantastic profile you have there, Mrunal. And I can't wait to see and hear more about Sunday Bricks. So, Mrunal, what is Sunday Bricks? I'm waiting to hear from you.
First of all, thank you for having me here and thank you for that wonderful introduction. Yes, I'm going to talk a lot about what I do and what are six breaks and what is Sunday breaks. I'm going to start with that first. So apparently, like every parent, I would want to give the best to my child. I would want to make sure that my child plays with the best toys around, plays with the most, toys that are going to help him in terms of educational, in that sense as well. Apparently there was a time when my son would never touch blocks or bricks, or I would say Lego, and that got me really worried that what is it that's stopping him from playing this? It's not possible. First of all, him being a boy, boys normally have a tendency to, kind of engage first with blocks and cards. So I was like, something is definitely wrong. The way things have been put across to him are probably not the right way. So that's when I started, kind of designing certain modules. Well, I mean, before that, I have a personal collection of 5 lakh Lego pieces. So I already owned so many blocks and bricks, and I was wondering that what's going to happen really with this.
I'm
So then. Well, once you come over to Mumbai, you can always have a look at what we have in store.
I am waiting, yes.
Right. So I had to design some ideas. I had to design some modules. I got some friends over, and it just worked amazingly fine. I realized that if children have an agenda, if children have a motto, if they know what they have to build, then it's just going to work fine. And that's where kind of Sunday Bricks patched in. We came up with so many themed workshops, and that was really the start of Sunday Bricks. And then it's been great 3 years for us, and we've just grown in all aspects. So yes, there was a very very brief story about Sunday Bricks. It just started with my son, and he's the real inspiration behind Sunday Bricks.
Wow, I know when you can say about boys, but I think Lego bricks is something that both the girls and boys they enjoyed. Would you agree with that on with me for that?
Absolutely, and it should be. I mean, every parent, whether a boy or a girl, must encourage the child to play with bricks and blocks, be it Lego or whatever brand. But I mean, whatever even the company over the years, they have seen that For some reason, for some genetic reason, probably boys are more inclined towards it. But things are changing. Okay, things are changing because parents themselves have started understanding that. So yes, so please, boys or girls, whatever it is, I mean, whatever we, you have to have bricks and blocks at your place, and we'll know why. Okay, we'll know why during this section.
But when you mention bricks and blocks, are they the same? Like, I'm confused. If you can just help me over here.
Yes, absolutely. They're all different. Okay, so let me just start with this. So, when you start with a child who is 1.5 year old, that's the size of block that you kind of play with. So, commonly,
Oh,
this is known as a mega block. Okay, this is something that a child can easily hold. There's a good grip for the child, as well as when the child is trying to nibble over it or something, it's going to be very difficult because it's too big for the child's mouth. So this is what you start with. It's called like a mega block.
okay.
And then after that, once you normally come to a preschool or you go to a play group, this is the size that you will normally see. So that's a block. Okay. So that's a mega block. That's a block which is also commonly known as Duplo. So if you are buying a Lego product, this is called as a Duplo. It's not called as a Lego. This is called as Duplo. Okay, this is
Right.
called Duplo. And once you are like 4 or almost 5, you are going to play with bricks. Okay, so this is bricks. These are the smaller versions. I mean, there's a smaller version of the blocks. And if you also see, I mean, you can actually fit a brick over a block. So yeah, I'm not sure if you've experimented with that, but bricks and blocks do fix in properly. It's been made that ways. So yes, that's a mega block, that's a block or a duplo, and that's a classic size brick. So this is exactly brick and block, the difference between bricks and blocks. So they basically age related difference.
Perfect. I think now I realize that why, what is the difference? I thought they are all called bricks or are they all called blocks? I think that is what we were using just the terms as, and now you have cleared that out, Ronald. Thank you so much for that. Ronald,
Yes.
in my Thursday for Toys, I have always shown the parents and educators over here that why play is so important, why it has to be gender unbiased, using of natural materials in the toys and all of that. So, do you also agree with me that play is important?
Well, play is very, very, very important. And for a child, it is a fundamental activity. Before you do any kind of educational activity, whether being reading, writing, or any other thing, play starts first. I mean, everything starts with play first. And, if you, that's actually the real work of the child as well. What is a child supposed to do every day? I mean, before going to the school or even after the school, or while he or she is free, what is a child supposed to do? Play, right? I mean, that's one of the most important activities because most of the learning happens through play. Okay. Also, it's happening, it's one of the things in our nature as an adult, as a child, that it's something that we are born to do. Okay, it's not something recreational. This is not that when we don't have work that we're supposed to play. Of course, in our regular life, it's been formed in such a way that adults are supposed to work and only children are supposed to play. But no, if you've got to kind of relax your mind, if you've got to de-stress, play in any form is important. So let your child start learning to play from from the start, and trust me, it's going to be an amazing thing for them in life. Also, did you know that young children, for them, toys are the words, and play is actually the language. So if they don't like something, the first thing that they're going to do is just throw this. Okay,
Oh,
be it a block or anything. That's when the child starts expressing, I don't like this. Okay, they don't know the words, I don't like this, but that means that with the toys, they've kind of expressed what they liked, what they don't like. I love this, so I play with this for 2 hours, which means that I like this. I'm trying to tell you what I like, what I don't like. I don't like reading the books. I'm just trying to push it as much as I can. I'm not trying to focus on it. So, play is definitely by which children are trying to communicate with us. I mean, younger children are going to do that.
so true. Yes.
So that's why play is important. And of course, why do we play? As I'm going to talk about more benefits a bit later once we do some activities. So I'm not going to make it a very, let not make it like a webinar, but I want to make it as a planar. Okay. So let it be a planar and not a webinar. Yeah. So
Yes. So, can we start that, Mrunal? I'm waiting for it.
Absolutely. And just one very simple activity just to demonstrate the benefits of play. Okay. So we're gonna really do that. Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
So I think Hiran, you've got all your 6 bricks with you, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now what you've got to do is are you a left-handed person or a right-handed person?
Right.
Wonderful. So then I want you to put your right hand back. Okay.
And hold it with
So your
left hand?
Okay, so your right hand is your dominant hand. Okay. Now,
Right. Yeah.
just come into the ready position. I'll tell you what is a ready position. You're just going to
Okay.
open up all your blocks and keep it in front of you. Okay. And then I'll
Okay.
tell you about your left hand and your right hand. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so just get into the ready position. By the way, if parents, if y'all are here, if y'all are doing this activity with us, just quickly grab the blocks and I'm going to do an activity. You could do it as a parent. If you're a teacher, do it as a teacher, or if you have a child around you, just try doing this. This is going to be really really fun. Okay, so Hiran, your left hand goes back.
My
Okay.
right hand
Sorry,
goes
your
back.
right hand goes back because that's your dominant hand. Okay. You do everything with your right hand. So your
Okay.
right hand goes back. Okay. Now, very
Okay.
simple activity. What I want you to do is with your left hand, that's the short end. Okay. You can see that's the short end. Okay.
Right.
We're going to match short end to short end and build a tower. Okay. But with a left hand, with our left hand. Okay.
All
So I
right.
am starting to do that. Go ahead and do that. Okay. I want you to focus. I want you to concentrate. Don't worry that you're in a planar, you're in a webinar. You're playing now. Okay. You're an adult, doesn't matter, and you can still play. Okay.
Okay. There's coming up my. Okay.
Okay. You're doing that with your left hand, right?
I'm doing that with my left hand. Oh my God, it
Wonderful.
needs so much of focus.
Focus. Yeah.
All right. Yes, my tower
Are
is
you
ready.
are you done?
Yes.
Wonderful. Was it fun? Was it interesting? Were
Yes.
you, yeah, did you have to focus all the while?
Yes. I had to focus and concentrate so that my bricks don't fall.
Yes, wonderful. Now, this was fairly easy for you as an adult, right?
Right.
Okay, now let's just open up all of this again. Okay, we're just going to make it a little more challenging because you're going to ask me
Okay.
a question. What grade did we do about this? Okay, so
Yes.
let's
Yes.
just make it even more challenging. Okay, do you have
Okay.
a peg at home?
Yes, I do. I have a
Okay,
peg.
that's a very simple peg. You know, something that we use for our clothes or
Yeah.
even just to put up some decorative material around here. Okay, so
Okay.
now we're going to do the same thing but with our right hand. Okay, now let's focus on the right hand now.
Okay.
Now, what am I going to do? I am not going to use my right hand, but I am going to use the peg and start building the same tower again. Okay. You can turn it with your hand, but you will not be able to, you are not allowed to lift it with your hand. Okay. You're only
Okay.
allowed to lift it with your pegs. Okay. I'm just going to turn all of these. Okay.
Oopsie.
Yeah. Focus, stay focused. Don't worry, that's fine. So if you have a fan that's like working really fast, it's going to be a bit tough.
Okay. I think the peg is a little bigger than the block.
Don't worry, the bigger the peg, the bigger the problem.
Is it?
Yes,
No, I'm not going. I'm not able to go beyond two. Come
that's
on,
okay.
I'm trying. Yes, I'm able to do three.
That's nice. If you were more focused, if you had a team player, and you know,
Mm,
if you were not in front of the screen, trust me, you would have easily gone 4 or 5. Okay,
okay.
lovely. She's all focused.
Oh yes, I did four.
Okay, she's really determined to do this. Okay,
Oops. Okay, so I think 4 is good.
is good enough for an adult. Yes, is
Okay.
good enough for an adult. Well, what do you think? What do you think happened with the pegs? Okay, now let's just start with the first activity where we just built with the blocks. Okay, without the peg and the
Without
left hand.
correct.
Why do you think I use the left hand?
Okay. Maybe trying to use the non-dominant hand to integrate both side of the brains, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, so bilateral coordination is very, very important. Everything we kind of always let them know that do it. I mean, write better, whatever it is that you've got to do it. Always focus on the right hand, the one with you eat, the one with you write. They eventually end up doing things only with the right hand. But what about the left hand, the non-dominant hand? I mean, as a mind, I mean, everything needs to be balanced, right? So, which
Right.
means that we've got to train our left hand. So, if we start training children to start using their non-dominant hand, they'll be great at exercise. They'll be great at sports. They'll be great in the playground when they're holding the bar and swinging or whatever it is. Because it's not just the right hand which has all the power; it's also the left hand which will start having the power. Of course, it comes with practice, but for that we need to allow our left hand to also work. So
Perfect.
everything that we do, if we make them do it only with the right hand, why not use some activity, a simple activity by which they can also start using the non-dominant hand? Okay, so let's
Right.
just start using both the hands for our activities. Second,
Okay.
what do you think happened? When I told you stay focused, attention. What were we doing? We were doing like a simple meditation activity, right? Don't get distracted. I mean, you're on your live, you're in front of the camera. Don't worry about it. You've got friends around you in the classroom, but your agenda is to build the tallest tower because that's the goal that you have, the teacher has set for you. So you're focusing, you are concentrating. So what are we trying to do? With play, we're trying to let them know about patience, let them know about focus, let them know about perseverance. Let the tower fall down 5 times, but you've got to do it. Okay, you don't get good marks in one exam, doesn't matter. Just study harder and you will do better in the next exam. So these are
Next
some
exam.
things that we don't need to tell them in form of words, but with play we're trying to teach them. Again, it's learning through play. So simple as that,
Correct.
right?
Yes. I mean,
What
so
happened when
important.
you?
I think our
Yes.
audience need to know that again, that the words that Ronal used are focus, determination, and perseverance. It's so important that children will learn with all of this. It is so very important. I think Ronal, don't we use all this for all the activities that we do in our life? Starting from
Absolutely.
reading, to writing, to driving, to so many activities. We need to have all of this. Only then we can move ahead, I think.
So I think it's best if we started when we are small, so that we don't once we are big enough, we don't have to worry about those skills. Why do you think I asked you to use the peg? Because the whole thing that you've got just very little space for your grip, fine motor skills. Okay.
Yes.
So, what is fine motor skills for every parent? Simple as that. You just putting the needle, the thread into the needle, tying your shoelace. One of the very simple activities that we do in our classroom, or even putting the bead. The bead and the thread activity that preschools do. Again, they're all for fine motor skills. We all want our children to have amazing handwritings, but how is that going to happen? Not with magic. It's going to happen if the fine motor skills are developed, right? It's
Yes.
only later that we realize that, oh my God, my child doesn't have great handwriting. Now he needs to get into some particular class where it's only focus on handwriting. But if you were just allowing your child to play with simple bricks and blocks, trust me, they're going to be great at their fine motor skills also. So again, learning through play. And
Absolutely.
when you were
So
focused, when you were concentrating, I mean, you've forgotten about the world, you've forgotten about who's troubling you in your classroom. It's a stress relieving thing. It's you telling yourself that this is my own time. So, we don't want distractions. We're not going to get with the noise that we have. We learn how to do noise cancellation, which is very, very important because there's distraction around us. It is we who ourselves will be able to cancel all the noise that gets in and that that gets into our mind or our ears. So a lot of things with just some simple activity. So if the child is doing this every day in the classroom, you start with 2 floor tower, 3 floor tower, 4 floor towers. Trust me, how much of focus concentration is getting built into them.
Absolutely. So, in your introduction, Ronald, you mentioned about six bricks. So, six bricks, what is that? Is it just this, or there's more to it?
Well, it's just this. So 6 bricks is basically a program that was developed by somebody in South Africa, and now this is supported by Lego Foundation. This is something, Lego supports the idea of learning through play, and 6 bricks has been the most simple and cost-effective method by which learning through play can be brought on into the classroom. Into the classroom as well as onto the desk. So imagine play means for every classroom going out of the classroom, get into the playground, and then start playing. But with just this on your desk in your classroom, you can start playing with it. So right from that's junior KG until grade 4, you've got activities which are dealing with creativity, mathematics, language, physical activities, social activities, and games. All of this that can be done from junior KG until grade 4 using 6 bricks or six
Okay.
blocks. Of course, we
So,
use other additional tools as well.
okay. So, just with these six
But
bricks, you can do it for like almost 6 years of play.
yes, absolutely. The child can take this from junior KG until grade 4. Again, another very simple example. If you want to start with fractions, okay,
Yes.
that's 1/4, that's half, that's 3/4, and that's all of this. Yeah. So if you want to start with counting, simple. Y'all are teachers. I am not a teacher. Okay, I'm not from an educational background as you are, but you rightly know that there are some children who learn by listening. There are some children who
Yes.
learn by seeing things, and there are some children who learn by doing things. Okay, so when I say one, okay, this is one, fine. Visually, it makes more sense. But if I had to tell the child, okay, now I want you to insert one of your fingers, let's insert the little finger into this, the back part of it, okay? Can you start counting the back side of it, the back side of it? Just open it
Okay.
up, the back side of it, okay?
Yes.
So that's one, okay? So I know what is one, I know what one feels like, okay? Okay, now two is this, but what is two? My mind needs to know how does it feel like? How does two feel like? Okay, so two feels like this. Okay, 2 fingers. Three, three feels like this. That's what it feels like. Not everybody can understand things in the spatial world or something that doesn't exist. I want to know. Tell me what is three. Tell me what is one. This is what is one. This is what is two. This is what is three. Right? A lot of children want to touch and feel. So, the blocks have, why do kids love blocks? Because it has a therapeutic value to it. There is a magical feel to this, which because they've started playing since they were children, they know this feel. They know this is a friendly feel. That's why they love playing with blocks. So whenever you give them the blocks, they're always doing these things, always, because they love the touch of it. So the whole sensorial benefit is coming from the blocks. Again, the counting can start, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Simple, right? Does that show you a rectangle? Does the block show you a rectangle? So you've got a blue color rectangle as well, right? On your desk, you've got a rectangle, right?
Yes.
I just had to show a child that if you want to look for a square, you will be able to look for a square here itself. The activity of join the dots that we do, so that we can tell them that this is what it is spatially, but let's connect the dots and make a figure. You are actually doing those things here, right?
Right.
So just some very, very basic examples, right?
Right.
Of
So,
course, we
what happened?
continue with the activities that we do around in the classroom, but there are some children who would want to learn in a different way, and this is what it is aiding.
Yes, exactly. I was just coming to that, like typically if you see with blocks, they will either just put one on the top of the other, or sometimes you have a booklet and you just follow the instruction, and once you make it, it's maybe a house or a fort or a car or probably, a slide or something like that. But if I have to put the six bricks in our curriculum, okay, so maybe a school curriculum
Mhm.
and make it as a part of our curriculum. So how is this possible, Mrinal?
So, first, it has to be interesting for you as a teacher. Of course, this is a teacher-led program wherein I mean, I'm a certified trainer. I'm supposed to train teachers. So, of course, that aspect we can leave it later. But let me start with another activity first, and then I'm going to kind of come back to how can we inculcate this in our curriculum. Okay. So, I've got my blocks here. Again, I'm going to just open up all of this. Okay. That's always like my ready position. Okay, when I'm dealing with children, this is always like my ready position. Okay, now what are
Okay.
we going to do? Let's just build a little structure. Okay, so I'll put my light blue and my dark blue together.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just lock it up with the orange and red. Okay,
All right.
and I'll lock it up again with yellow and green.
Okay.
What do you have here? You've got a cube.
Yeah, we made a cube.
Yeah, we made a cube. Okay, we're starting with geometry now. Okay, geometry starts in junior KG. We don't even need to tell them that the cube has X, Y, Z sides and everything. No, this is a cube. It looks like a dice. We just have to tell them those things. Then later on, they really know that three dimension, the figure looked like a cube. And I made it when I was such a small child. Okay, we want to always get fun into our classrooms. Okay, so what am I going to
Yeah.
do? I am just going to go back. Maybe you want to just push yourself back. Okay, what I want you
Okay.
to do is just throw the cube up, clap, and hold the cube.
Okay.
Yes. Two, two. Okay. If you've got a higher ceiling, try more claps. Okay. Um,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
half.
So imagine the kids have come to the classroom. It's the first lecture or the first period. They're all sleepy. Okay, they've slept last night they've slept late, or for some reason they haven't had great breakfast. Or I mean, if you have to even go a little more deeper into it, not every family has a great environment. Okay, so there are children who come to a classroom with a little bit of trauma or whatever, something that's gone wrong in the house, but we want them to focus in the class. We want to make sure that whatever has happened at home, forget about it. If we start with a very simple 2-minute activity like this, imagine they are all charged up, they're all cheered up, and now they want to know what my teacher is going to teach. Every seminar, everything that we go to, you always have the icebreaker, right? Why do we have icebreakers? Because we're lethargic, we've had a lot of food, we want to get back into action. So the same thing is with children as well, right? I mean, whatever is there with adults, the same thing is with children. So why not energize them, right? So the question that you asked me, that can we inculcate in our curriculum? Yes. I mean, not just to teach them, but just to awaken them, just to get back focus. Imagine if you've got 4 lectures during the day and every teacher comes and starts with a game. The child more than anything wants to know what is the game that's coming today to the classroom. Okay. And then I'm focused. I want to go back to the school because my teacher is going to start with the game and not just start writing on the blackboard and all those things. So yes,
Oh,
this
yeah.
can be added in. Sorry.
It's wonderful. I'm wondering why my teachers didn't do this with me when I was in school. They would
Well,
just
yeah.
barge in and I'm good morning, ma'am. And that ma'am is also in that mode. She would just finish with the syllabus and she would just move on.
Absolutely. I mean, imagine if your math class, if you had to start with geometry, if you had to start with basic shapes, it's all starting here, right? The squares are starting here, the rectangles are here. I mean, if I had to just give you a better version quickly, I'm just going to build something and just show you. Just with my
Okay.
6 blocks, I already have my triangle ready, which is again a pyramid or whatever it is. If I just put a smaller block here, it becomes a perfect pyramid. I didn't use
Yes,
anything more than my 6 bricks to build this, right?
correct.
So if I had to tell them what is a triangle, if I start just with the bricks, that's about it. My children are more than excited to learn about shapes because they built it themselves, right? They did it themselves. So
Absolutely.
yes, absolutely. Hands-on experience is what we always want to give them. And then you'll
So
you'll know that children are coming up with multiple versions of triangle. They as a partner they built a bigger triangle. That's where they learn that how do you increase the size. 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x is again coming from play, right?
right.
So if
Okay.
you have to tell that, okay, the both the partners are going to make a bigger triangle with this, which means that you're telling them it's double the size, which is 2x. It's
2x.
just play, simple. We just had to do it in a play way. That's it. Not in a fancy way by which we confuse them and we kind of got them scared to numbers or something. No. Yeah.
Right. This is so interesting, Ronal. And is there something, one more activity that we can do? I'm
How much
waiting.
time do we have? How much time do we have?
We still have 10 more minutes, Ronal.
Perfect. Yes. So I know that you are into phonics, right?
Yes.
You teach phonics, right? You teach phonics, right? So
Yes,
of
I
course
do.
it goes around. It goes Yes, it goes around with the sound and a lot of things. Okay, it deals with colors. You're basically trying to make the words or the language friendly to the child, right? In a simple way. Like with phonics, you can start reading better. You can start speaking better, and all of that comes with phonics. It is what I understand, right? Okay. Now, we've always been told, okay, okay, so Hiran, what color is this? I'm
That's
asking you as
red.
a student, okay? Okay, tell
Yes,
me
that's
three
red.
things which are red. Three things that are
St-
red.
strawberries, apple,
Okay,
and
okay.
block.
No, blocks can be all colors. Tell me obvious things which are red. So maybe
Obvious things.
roses are red, okay?
But again, roses are in so many colors. The apples are in so many colors.
Yeah, but you always, I mean, for children, it's going to be a red rose, a red strawberry, a red apple. Okay, that's what we normally teach them. That a red means apple, red means strawberry, red means X, Y, Z. Okay. Now let's just do some disruption. Okay, let's just do some disruption. Okay. Now tell me 4 things which are not yellow. Obvious things which are not yellow.
Leaves, hair, teeth,
No, leaves are
chair,
yellow. No,
hair.
obvious
But
things.
obvious
You can
things.
color your
Okay.
hair.
That's what I was coming to. That the hair also can be colored to any color that we want. Okay, if you talk about the
Yes.
obvious things, then it is papaya.
Yes.
Um, it can be the pan.
Okay. Go more
Okay.
towards become a child. Okay, become a child.
Yes. No. So that's what I'm trying to become a child, and I'm thinking of a parrot
Okay.
and the clouds.
Yeah. Okay. Clouds. Yeah. Clouds are normally not yellow.
Yes. So then
How about the crow?
the crow.
Yeah. A crow is never yellow in color. Okay.
Yes.
A strawberry is never yellow in color. I mean, obvious
Yes.
things, right? Right. Or an orange is never yellow.
Never yet.
Right. So what happened here is we've always been told in our mind our mapping is always red is equal to a rose, red is equal to a strawberry, yellow is equal to sun, blue is equal to water or XYZ things. But we are not told what if we are not asked that question? What happens to that, right? So again, our methodology is very much that okay, this is equal to this, which means that we're not telling them that what if someday something happens that this doesn't become like this. Just a recent thing, I mean, we are living in this pandemic where everything turned, everything changed, right? So if we didn't teach them disruption, or we didn't teach them to think creatively when they were children or when they were small, they're not going to get great. They're not going to move ahead in life. I mean, that's where blocks, where creativity comes. I mean, the best thing that you learn from blocks or bricks or building or any construction tool is creativity. Okay. What's in your mind? You're trying to construct that with the help of this, which is like a manipulative, or this is like a material for you to build. So, if creativity can start at an early age, trust me, everybody who survived the lockdown, who's thought in a different way, how to mold the business, how to mold things around them in a different way, are those who had a little bit sense of creativity, who were ready to overcome the challenge, and not that, oh my God, I have never been taught this. What am I going to do? No, you are creative. You've got to think in a different way. So that's how you're going to survive, because we're already programming machines the way we work. So what's going to set us different from the machines, right? It's only the mind, it's the creativity, the way we recreate, the way we imagine things. If we're stopping that, then trust me, I mean, we have no value. I mean, the machines are anyways going to do that work for us. So
Yes.
with this, creativity is one thing that definitely is getting into children. Yeah,
So true, Mrunal. So true. I think I have learned so much in this the talk that we had today, and I have still so many questions. And I'm sure I'm going to be calling you back at Parent Station for more talks. But Mrunal, what I understand is that just these six bricks, you can work wonders with just them, right? You
absolutely.
have showed us the way. You showed us those few activities that we can do. We can how it helps in so many things, starting right from focus, and that is very important, something that is really,
Yes,
really important for all the work that we do. And just now, as you mentioned, that to think creatively, to think out of box, we are always taught what to think and not how to think. I think that
exactly.
the question that is there with all, with most parents and with most teachers as well. But you have given a new perspective to it, Manal, and I'm sure the teachers will now understand, and the parents also will now understand that yes, that freedom, that creativity is very important. Let children also ask questions, sometimes. So I think they will be able to find their own solutions and solve their own problems.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. So this was so much fun, Ronald. Thank you so much, Parent Station, and I thank you so much for coming us and accepting our invitation for being an expert and talk about the bricks and blocks and how they are beneficial to the children. And I think it's not only children. Ronald, can a 99, is it say 3 to 99?
Well, when you buy a Lego box, it says 4 to 99. So
Yeah.
just go on building, and trust me. I mean, I at the age of 40, I still love building, and that's my stress buster. I think more than building, I think that if you have creative, if you've got some creative traits, if you've got a hobby, if you've got a passion for something, you will survive any pandemic that comes across you. Trust me, because that one skill, that one hobby is always going to be with you. That is not dependent on anything, and that is always going to de-stress you. That's always going to pep you up and charge you up and tell you that no, life is much better, and you can definitely do good and amazing things in life. Yeah,
Yes, and when you talk about creativity, I can see your creativity right behind you, Ronald. I am waiting to come at your Mumbai office and have a look at that. Is it possible for you to show us a bit of the things that you have been
okay, I'm
doing?
just going to show you some things. Yeah. So there was one workshop that we had. I'm just going to show you. So that's more like a prototype of a wind chime that we've made, but this is made with all the bricks and blocks that you can see here. Okay, I'm just going to
Yes.
take it a bit. Yeah. So
Yeah.
again, if you see the colors make a lot of difference here. All the bricks have been stuck on the thread, so a lot of fine motor skills,
Right.
creativity, a lot of physics is there into play, because everything is balanced, right? I mean,
Yes.
all the strings together are balancing this whole thing. It's not tilting on the left, it's not tilting on the right. So if you've got to build mega structures, if children have to build an Eiffel Tower in future, they need to
Yes.
understand the basics of physics. That starts with play again. Okay, that starts with play again.
Perfect.
Uh, just gonna put this up here. What else do I have to show you? Okay, one more thing. Hold on, I'm going to be back. Okay, sorry, I had to go off screen, but that's one of my most. That's my son actually, but that's a lovely photo frame that we've made with Lego. It is built with a specific purpose. Because children don't love photo frames, or photo frames are never child friendly, because a child can never change the photograph in a minute. But what we've designed here is the child can absolutely just change the photograph immediately. Okay, so of course there are some mechanisms by which this photograph stays in place, but for a child to change this photograph every day is very very easy.
Easy.
I have this thing here. So in one of my workshops, we build under the ocean creatures, and so the interesting part about the fish is that we build the fish using three triangles. Okay, so that's triangle number one, a triangle number two, and triangle number three. Of course, I mean it's more depth in terms of a workshop, but yeah. So it's always with shapes. It's always with some concepts that they can know or they can relate to. And I always tell them that look at every object as a shape. Okay, everything that you see around you is made using shapes. So if you are friendly with shapes, trust me, you can build anything around. Um, I don't have anything great, but yeah, if you just want to look around here, I've got just some things here.
Oh, I can see the entire nature building there.
Yeah, we've got something there. Sorry for the wire there, but yeah.
No, that's fine. That's really beautiful, Mrunal. We have a lot to learn from you, and thank you again from our, deep within our hearts. I really, really want to thank you for coming and sharing your views and everything about bricks and blocks. It has changed my perspective, where I thought, I just need to open my book, just look at the instructions and just follow. But I think we can do much more than what is mentioned in that book. It
Well,
is
you
just
just mentioned about the instruction part. Trust me, the 4 feet strawberry that we built, nobody
yes,
gave us any instructions to make that. Okay, so that is just with creativity, with basic knowledge of physics, understanding gravity, because I don't want my structure to fall. Okay, so gravity plays a very important role with anything that you build around here. How can you teach that to children? You can't, right? You can just tell them what gravity does, it's just going to pull it. But
correct.
come on, build it and let the structure fall, and you will really know what can gravity do, how can it be helpful, and how can it mess up things. So yeah,
Right.
trust me, play can teach you everything in life, everything. If we understand that as parents, there's nothing better than that.
Yes, so true. I think today our parents and our educators have learned so much from you, Mrunal, and it was a really informative session. Thank you so much, Mrunal, for coming with us at Parent Station.
Thank you very much. Glad you
Thank
could
you,
invite me.
audience, for being a part of our work for our expert talk today. And I hope you have learned so many things that you can do with the blocks. And I'm sure you're waiting to try all of these with your children. Do put up in the comment section whether how it and how much your children loved playing with all these ideas that we show you over here. Till then, we will meet you next Thursday for Thursday for Toys for more learning about play. Thank you, Mrunal. We will see you soon. Thank you,
Thank you.
audience. We'll see you all soon.
Bye bye.